Hello and welcome back, my friends. It's 4Planes again, and well, I'm currently in build mode and flying around about my recent workings, let's say. This is episode 2 of Antimatter Cannon 101, Let's Science StarMade. This is the R&D. Well, yeah. A research and development vessel which I built. And this vessel here, which I'm not going to be telling the name, although there's a little hint. Oh, battle scarring, I guess. Is it? Or is it just a loading bug? I don't know. It's a loading bug. Well, this vessel here, if anyone can realize what it is, kudos to you. Let's see. Can we see the ship as it's supposed to be? Or have you turned around too far? Doesn't matter. But that's more like how it's supposed to look. Kudos to you if you can find out what the ship is. It costs ISKs where it comes from, the design. I'm currently fitting it with tech. If I were in this ship, you could read at the shields bar it would have 150,000 shields. Power-wise, it would generate 150,000 power. That's a coincidence which I didn't intend to be, and it will improve both of the stats. It masses around 800, has 2,600 thrust, and the turn speed is 1.2 along all the 1.1 along all the axes. And just FYI, if we get in there, you can see this one here is a utter, complete, solid chunk of space tech. Maybe the loading bug has now fixed itself. Or is this still not? Or is this not a loading bug? It must be a loading bug. Whatever the case. This other vessel, the one I'm piloting, is the one I was out and about. Well, you cannot see it, but if I leave the vessel, and we take a look at the faction block, get out of the faction block, we can take a look at its name. Enter faction signature, rename. And this one I've dubbed APCR, and it comes in a modularly built way. I'll fly a different sector, find a shop, align the stuffs, and then we can take a look at the ships I've created. Well, I've built the base ship, the APCR prototype, and the rest of the stuff I kind of built in SMEdit using SMEdit to build my ship or to increase the size of certain parts. There's a shop. So then, let's park near the shop and brake. And I'm going to need to get a ton more credits. So let's give ourselves a few credits. We need to have an underscore. Something like 1,000 million. Maybe appropriate. Okay. That's good enough. And they're loading in. Yeah, that's the APCR prototype. So you can see it doesn't have the fancy tail design. It's much shorter, but has the same gun array. Doesn't have as much power, and so on and so forth. But it's quite cool. And good. And nimble. If they load here, that's the APCR Mark II prototype. In comparison to the Mark 1 prototype, it has a little longer reactor, a little more power, and it doesn't load properly because I've overstrained my PC. Oh man, I shouldn't have given the pirates all these ships to be in. If they start coming at me, yeah, I'm gonna have a problem, I reckon. But the idea was the following with this ship design, is that you basically have this turret here, the super heavy turret, get it docked on a planet or something, and laugh at your enemies when they come here and they are greeted by this turret, which will look something like this. And I should now stop firing, because I don't want to damage my other APCR. What would be really fun and funny would be if I go ahead and would fit my huge APCR, 2 of my APCR super heavy turrets, and just go and fly around and shoot everything. Sorry, I'm rambling. The stats. These here have 386 barrels of these wonderfully designed arrays. Here's the middle symmetry, 10 upwards, 10 downwards. And each of the barrels has a little less than 1000 DPS, which gets me 360,000 damage per second. And that's quite a lot. And now comes the interesting part. If you take a look on firing, even when I'm moving, I'm not really depleting power. So what you actually have is a fully self-sufficient, sophisticated turret for your own use, to laugh at in your free time, and so on and so forth. I'll have to change it up and as an edit, which means I'm going to go in and rotate this thing around, which is not too bad and too hard, and then I'll re-upload it. And before I'll do that, we're gonna fit some hull to this sucker. I'm going to fit hull to this sucker and I'll get these done. Tomino Summer or Mushroomfleet, I hope you're watching. In case you were wondering what all my ships look like, these look like this. This is the prototype where I based everything upon. These things are actually very, very, very mobile for a super heavy turret, I presume. So let's park alongside like this, little distance in, and leave. Ooh, look at my perfect parking skills. This is where the ship core was. This is the weapons computer. This is the faction module. And this is the Bobby AI module. This is now in. I'm stupid. I got inside the wrong ship. Silly me. I just fit my ship in a Bobby AI module, my turret. Oh, silly me. Close my plex doors. Open the plex doors. Close. Open the plex doors. I've purposefully fit a double airlock for more security. This one still lacks a Bobby AI module. Well, we can fix that. Okay, enter the ship core. And stats on this are a healthy power output of 1.3 million per second, a higher thrust, which I don't quite understand, but okay. I didn't make the ship. Thrust to weight ratio of little bit above 1.5, and I'll basically transform this one here into the combat version, where it is going to be the super heavy frigate with hull and stuff, and I do think it has quite a nice look. What I'm basically going to do, that I've thought about, this front kind of looks a bit cubey and ugly, so I thought about fitting some wedges here, or even here, and here, and then simply exposing this here with water, the mouth of the barrels of the guns, and then fit some hull here, and basically you go ahead, you get in front of that ship, and you're staring inside 386 loaded antimatter cannon barrels, and poo yourself. That's what the epic plan is. It is planned to fit this one here. Is this the one that had a weakness? When you move, you deplete power? Yeah. Well, this one here does slowly deplete its own power, because it doesn't have enough. It doesn't do. I'll fit this a load more thrusters, and that'll make it so that you're going to have a load more power usage. So be gentle with your thruster key. Right now the thrusters consume 450,000 a second. When I'm done with it, they're going to consume 900,000 a second, so firing and thrust and moving, not a good idea. But that encourages tactical movement, and also make this ship very mobile. Yeah, that's the conclusion for this one. I'll hopefully get a thrust-to-weight ratio of something like 2.5 to 1, which is very good if you have ships, if they are mobile. I'll give this a similar design with the tail cone to this one, which is not too hard. You just need a few ice crystal pieces. Oh, I know why this has a lesser thrust than that. Because for regatta purposes, I basically did this. I replaced this one power core here, and fit a thruster here, and this drops my thrust. Yeah, it drops the thrust. See? It dropped it by 50. No, it didn't. Because it's already interconnected. Yeah, it's the one I dropped the thrust on. That didn't really occur to me. Well, I'm a genius. So we can make poor design choice amendments right now. Set symmetry mode. Whenever I'm building on these, my frame rate drops down. Yeah. So, frame rate just went up, or thrust just went up a healthy 100 and something. So, you see, interconnecting good thrusters like these, terrible design idea. Yeah, that's it basically. I'll finish this, stick on hull and stuff, and it'll be awesome. Just don't shoot and move at the same time. Friendly advice. The version down here is going to have the same problem. By the way, I turned off draw thruster plumes. My APCR super heavy turret, well, I'll rotate around, and the carrier version, I'll amend the design choices. I'll amend this faux pas I did back there with the thrusters, and I'll get them ready, battle ready. That was my rambling on the intro of Antimatter Cannon 101. Let's say it's not an intro, it's what I've been up lately in StarMade. These are old designs I recovered from an old save and smedited. See, I can make new. See that? I made a new word. SM edited. They're mostly the same, except for the reactor length. And quite ironically, this one here makes a 1.3 million. The Mark II makes 1.5 million. And that only makes 1.8 million. I'll make super heavy sophisticated turrets and stuff for these, so be on the lookout for them. For my carrier and stuff. They're going to hurt you badly. Yeah, that's it for this particular one.